This is MJ. I'm an author, I'm an artist, I'm an analyzer. Find all my work at mjmunoz.com. Visit the podcasts page for show notes and links. Remember to like, share, and comment to help me grow. Henshin Inspection presents Ultraman, Going Ultra, episode 35. I am analyzing Ultraman Z, episode 22, Individual Tomorrows, which originally aired November 28th, 2020. The writer is Sotaro Hayashi, and the director is Koichi Sakamoto. The undeniable Koichi Sakamoto. So, my title for this analysis is Prove Them Wrong, and I'll get into it towards the end. So, gonna jump right into what I thought was ultra bad this episode. I want to know how long have they been working on this Ultroid Zero? Zero didn't show up that early in the show, did he? I went ahead and checked because it didn't seem right to me, and he didn't appear until episode 7. If they started construction right away, that would be about 15 weeks. There were some breaks due to COVID and stuff in the airing, so maybe it's closer to 5 months than 4 months that they've had to make this mecha, and I don't know. It seems super fast to me, and I kind of don't like it. Although I was surprised by the turnaround in King Joe Storage Custom, but then again, they're modifying an existing technology, so not how hard can that be? But I mean, if most of the work's done already, and you could do it pretty quickly. But I think it was like one episode of the next, so it's a little ridiculous. But whatever. I'll forgive that, but I have a harder time with this one. So moving on to the ultra cool stuff in this episode, all the fights were absolutely fabulous. It felt like Sakamoto, and sure enough, it was like it wasn't just because Yoko was in, her shorts and thigh-high stockings or whatever. Just something felt familiar, something felt good. Honestly, I thought, man, this almost feels like Power Rangers. The one scene where Barossa attacks and and Haruki and Yoko are fighting him. I thought, like, man, this feels like a Super Sentai. It feels like Power Rangers. It feels like something like that. And even Bako getting in the mix and everything. And then, yeah, sure enough, I looked at the director credits and, oh, Sakamoto. Of course it was. That totally makes sense. So, anyway, that was really great. I love Bako's Bruce Lee moment with Barossa. That was really cool. And then, from Bako to Hibikura, all these characters got these standout moments this episode. It almost felt like they were giving everyone a big send-off. Even Sevenger was back in the mix, able to fight and everything, and that was really cool to see. It is kind of odd or funny that supposedly storage is disbanded, but not everybody's fired. So, Yoko's still there, Yuka's still there, and really, even Bako's still there. But, I guess Hibikura and Haruki have been totally dismissed. So, that was a little bit odd. I also found it odd that they still had a little bit of time there before they had to actually leave. Usually when people get fired, it's pretty quick, but I guess not in this case, whatever. And the last thing I thought was really cool was Yoko talking Belly Rock into helping her out of his own pride and spite. I thought that was a lot of fun. She's got like a weird personality where she seems very serious and buttoned down and like a serious soldier, but then she's got like almost this mischievous side to her, and it's a lot of fun. And I like that she was able to use that against Belly Rock. Like I said, because it's fun. Okay, moving on to what was ultra good this episode, and this actually kind of blends in with my my talking about. Well, no, it doesn't. So I'll just continue. Hibikura is such a nuanced character. I honestly cannot tell if he's doing good things or if he's doing things for the right reasons or not. The GAFJA, whatever, and to a lesser extent Storage, which is its like subsidiary organization, are flawed organizations because they are made of people, and nobody is perfect. He, being Hibikura, has disobeyed orders, as good soldiers do, in order to protect people's lives, in order to protect people and save so many lives. Then again, he did take the Dark Z-Riser for a spin a while back for fun. This time when he used Tri-King and 5-King, it was to help Gaff get data on Z's Zestium Beam so they could complete Ultroid Zero. He was just opposed to them using D4, so it's kind of weird. He doesn't want them using D4, he does want them using D4. Where is he? Whether or not Ultroid Zero uses D4, which I think it will in a beam form to be safer, it will be a more powerful weapon. or weapons platform system, whatever you want to call it. Does he want them to be able to defend themselves without the help of Ultraman Z? Does he trust Gaff? What does he support and oppose? It sure sounds like he's going to be working against them from here on out, to prove them wrong, like he told Haruki, even after he helped them. I'm intrigued, but it's a puzzle. Or maybe I'm intrigued because it's a puzzle. Moving on to the ultra deep stuff. This is kind of going to be far afield, so just get ready. I think Yoko wants to arm wrestle Haruki all the time, just for the physical contact. I think she might be romantically interested in him, and the way she plays with him is fun and interesting. It feels slightly coy and formal, but casual and friendly all at the same time. My wife and I have been watching Downton Abbey again, and honestly it feels like she's running a similarly subdued game of romantic interest, where she gets to probe and test this man to see if she would actually like to enjoy his company until they die. She gets to have fun, keep her dignity and honor, and can walk away at any time having lost nothing but the time she spent. It's an interesting dynamic where she holds all this power and the guy is either clueless or respectful of the boundaries set on him. So yeah, I just think that's an interesting thing. I've heard funny things about, like, no one's ever allowed to have a kiss in a Japanese show. So, like, I don't know if they ever show, like, Disney cartoons over there, because, most of those princess movies end with a true love's kiss or whatever at the end, and, like, you never get anything like that in these shows, even if people are romantically involved with each other, not even, like, a peck or anything like that, and it's just kind of interesting. Let's see, I do have a question for this episode. What do you think Juggler is doing? And then I have another question. Should humanity wield the power of an Ultraman mecha? Getting into my actual score for this episode, Ultraman Z22 Individual Tomorrows was fabulous. The fights and the character moments were all top-notch. The possibilities for what will happen next have me excited, especially since Hibikura wants to prove all his doubters wrong. What will that mean? I'm sure it will be good for him, at least, and for us as the viewers, so... I'm going to give this episode a 4 out of 5. It was really good for all the reasons I explained. Getting back to the questions, what do I think Juggler's doing? I honestly, I couldn't say what I think he's doing. Maybe he wants, especially because I didn't watch what he was in Orb originally, I think. Since I didn't watch the show he was originally in, I know so much less about him. I can't really say what his motives are. He seems to be all about his own self-interest, but then again, he has been helping. He said he's trying the justice thing and trying to be righteous in a way. He's trying that out, and maybe he likes it, maybe he doesn't. I don't know. There are definitely costs to being that kind of person, that kind of character, and I guess he's willing to bear them. But yeah, I don't know what he's doing, although I can see him wanting to be like a rogue, unaccountable hero who does his own thing, doesn't have to answer to a bureaucracy, because that bureaucracy is sometimes willing to nuke Manhattan. That's an Avengers reference, sorry, or use this dimensional weapon that's gonna cause all this harm to people. So yeah. An individual hero may not be willing to do that, but then again, an individual hero may not be willing to take into consideration the collateral damage that their actions are going to cause. So I don't know. They're definitely not held accountable to anybody except for themselves, and that's good and bad. But that's a debate that could be had for another time. Should humanity wield the power of an Ultraman mecha? I mean, it kind of goes back to me talking about Hibikura and storage and what they're doing and stuff. It depends on the person. If the person is righteous, if the person has morals, and I mean righteous in like a real easy, measurable way. Not do they, say their prayers at a certain time or whatever. But if they're measurably righteous and moral in their actions, if their actions can be consistently moral, then it's fine. But here's the thing, humanity wields Ultraman weapons now. So, as far as being able to destroy the entire planet multiple times over, just the U.S. and Russia alone, with all the nuclear arms we have out there, could wipe out all life on this planet, or 90% of all life on this planet, and humans would definitely be within that cohort. I don't know what would be left: bacteria, cockroaches, who knows? But yeah, I don't know. Should we wield this kind of power? I'm not sure. I definitely think it's dangerous. I definitely think we need to have more of a personal, moral attitude if we're going to do that sort of thing, if individuals will wield that kind of power, and it needs to be less left in the hands of bureaucracies and things like that, because bureaucracies see the big picture, but they don't see the little picture, and that's a problem. It kind of goes back to in the first episode where Haruki kind of got in trouble for saving that puppy, and it's like, hey, why do you care so much about this one little life form? Well, because the one little life form matters. Its life matters. Your life matters, and a big faceless organization isn't going to take that into account when they're making their calculations and decision, which is why they're willing to fire a dimensional weapon that'll, I don't know, cause the destruction of the world in a populated area, even though it's been supposedly evacuated. So, yeah, that's my answer to that question. I'd love to hear your feedback on that. I am going to go ahead and wrap this up now. I encourage you to go to the blog and answer that question. Look at the bottom of the show notes for this post, and you can see my latest design that I've made. I'll be trying to update. I'm not going to do them every week, maybe every other week, every 2 weeks, something like that. I'll be able to be inspired by something and make a new design for a shirt, sticker, cup, whatever you want. I hope you enjoyed this. Check out my growing collections of analysis, art, and fiction. You can also visit mgmunoz.com/support to check out my latest designs and more. I welcome critique to improve my craft, so don't hold back any comments you have for me. I leave you with peace and blessings. This is MJ, signing out.